Hello friends, and welcome to the Saitama Stacker channel. Hey, my name's Dean and I will be your host today. Folks, I'm going to start off today with an apology from yesterday's video. I got several corrections that this gentleman you see here on the left of your screen, boxing tomorrow night, is Gervonta Davis, pronounced Gervonta. I actually have never seen him before, but I can tell you I've seen quite a bit of him since that video yesterday. I watched probably an hour and a half of like highlights, biggest knockouts. This is one tough dude. So I'm actually looking forward to the fight tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to be watching it, but I'm definitely going to be tuning into that. He's a beast. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes of that. And even more interesting, we'll be able to see what role, if any, Saitama has in the fight. What news the development team is able to bring us tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll see something. So, looking forward to that. All right. Before I jump into the fundamentals, I want to talk just a little bit about scams around the Saitama space. Okay? And I've got some notes here because I want to make sure I get all these right. But there are scams right now about Lily Finance or Lily token pre-sale, which is not happening. Watch for official sources on all of this stuff. The Play Store with Google apparently has a fake Saitamask wallet that will attempt to steal your tokens if you try to download that and use it. There's fake YouTube videos. There's fake ads on Facebook. So there's just a ton of people out there trying to scam you. And the sad thing is, if you go out and ask in the Twitter space, is this a scam? When you solicit help with scams, or really even soliciting help for your cryptocurrency out in social media platforms, it's extremely common for people to send you solicitations that are scams. So just huge things to watch out for. I know from personal experience, never send any tokens to anybody that you don't have confirmed that's their wallet address, or if you're transferring between your own wallet and another, make sure the wallet address is correct and verified. Okay, never give your seed phrases to anybody. None of the exchanges will even ask for them. So even when the Saitamask wallet launches, they are not going to be asking for your seed phrase. Nobody should be asking you for that information, okay? So please be careful out there. All right, if this is the first time you've ever watched one of my videos, I only make these videos for entertainment and community building around the Saitama project, so make sure you're doing your own research before investing. Let's take a look at what's happening in the fundamentals of Saitama for the last 24 hours. Okay, so current holder count, 267,725. A total of almost 1,300 holders added since yesterday. And that's pretty fascinating to me because the volumes are still down quite a bit. But our current market cap is $2,684,000,000. That would put us 65th on CoinGecko's ranking system. Our price right now, 7060. Volume, like I say, is kind of down. I think, again, people are kind of holding their breath and waiting to see what happens tomorrow. If we get good news, expect to see this rise dramatically. Okay? Now, the burn is tied to the volume and the price. So, because we have lower volume, 16 million, and that's volume that a lot of token projects would love to have, but for us, that's lower than what we've seen, I mean, in quite some time. I'll scroll and take a look. To find 16 million, there's one right there. So, line 48, you'd have to go back to October 18th. So, a month and a half to see that low of volume, and I don't think that's a bad sign. I mean, the volume is low, but we're holding our tokens, okay? The Saitama Wolfpack, people aren't selling off. There's a few people moving in and moving out, but we're holding a strong base here. This consolidation is what the technical analysis term would be, meaning we're just kind of trading in a narrow band, waiting for a breakthrough. And so the burn speedometer would be pretty low based on that volume and price, and about 3 trillion tokens would have burned in the last 24 hours. All right, I'm going to try to move to a, well, just put up a fun screen here. Here's the Saitama chart for 24 hours. down in the last 24 hours by about 2%, up 7.5%. And while I've got the screen up, I'm just going to talk over a concept or a thought. Okay, I'm seeing a lot in the comments of my videos. I'm seeing comments on Twitter, not from a lot of people, but on a few people, when they're talking about what Saitama has done, what the development team has done, and they're saying it's like nothing has happened. Okay, they haven't done anything since they've launched. The token project is now about 6 months old. And for people who are newer to the game here, you might think you haven't seen a lot of action and you've seen some, I'm going to say you've seen some predictions or announcements that have taken longer than expected to come to fruition. I'm not saying that they won't come to fruition. And I mean, it is a possibility that they wouldn't, but I think it's a low likelihood that Saitamask does not come to fruition. And that's the biggest promise that we're all waiting on right now. Okay. But to say that they haven't done anything or that the project hasn't done anything is completely absurd. Okay. And so I'm going to give you a few things that they have done. And there are some of these items on this list that I'd like to see some more follow-up on. Okay. So they created a partnership with Blazefire Games. They created a partnership with Willie D, popular rapper, to head up the NFT projects with Saitama. They made an LLC and organized themselves into a development team. They have submitted a wallet / multifunctioning platform to Certic for an audit. And yesterday we saw that it was 35% complete. So we know that that process is moving forward, and we'll have word at some point here in the near future of if there are any things that need to be corrected or concerns that need to be corrected. The development team would make those corrections and resubmit it. The Certic will, audit those parts again and approve it as audited and ready to proceed forward. Okay, so they've submitted a wallet to Certic. They've created NFTs. They've partnered with historically black colleges and universities. They partnered with Lily Finance, a token project that will be launching exclusively on Saitamask. Okay, now whether you're a fan of any of those components or not, it's not fair to say that they haven't done anything. But the biggest thing that we've done as a community and the development team is we have pulled through the market cap to 2.6 billion currently, right? Let's double check it. 2.68 billion. So let's pop back over here into CoinGecko. You scroll down, 2.68 billion would put us right here at number 65. Okay, so we are the 65th largest cryptocurrency per CoinGecko. If we were using CoinMarketCap, we would rank a little bit higher than that, actually. So here's 2.68 would put us at number 58. Okay, so how big of a deal is it to be a top 100? Well, CoinMarketCap would say there's 15,000 cryptocurrencies. Okay, CoinGecko lists theirs at 11,000 cryptocurrencies. Why there's a disparity there, it just depends on how many people want to list their projects with these. So those are listed projects. Okay, so the odds of being where we are right now, which on average between the two, it would be 4.7 in 1,000 cryptocurrencies that would achieve the level that we have achieved. Okay, 4 in 1,000 that have launched could be at 65th place or 58th place. Okay, now the development team is responsible for driving the interest in the project. You have influencers that are out there who are doing their part, and we as a community are talking about it. We're tweeting about it. We're talking to our friends about it. We're inviting people to learn more about Saitama, and it's a top 100. So just for fun today, I looked at some random things and what it would take to achieve that goal in your life, okay? And I actually think it's interesting. A lot of these came from an article that I'll post today that dropped today, Friday, December 23rd, on this website called stacker.com. So I'm kind of laughing because that's 2 days in a row I've had these kind of like serendipitous events. And so there's interesting things on here like getting struck by lightning. What are the odds? Okay, so I'm going to walk through some of those. Okay, we have actually created a partnership with the retired NBA players. That's something I left off the list. But I looked at the NBA and just said, what are the odds of getting into the NBA? If you are a college player, okay, in high school there's 540,000 basketball players. 18,000 of those will go on to college. 4,100 would be draft eligible for 60 spots, of which last year 52 of these 4,100 were admitted into the NBA. They were drafted into the NBA, okay? That is a 0.002 chance, so 2 out of 1,000. Okay, so you have a little bit better odds of getting a cryptocurrency launched and into the spot that we're in right now, about double the chances of being a college player that makes it to the NBA. Your chance of getting struck by lightning, 4 in 1,000. 4 in 1,000. Okay, that's the same odds of launching a cryptocurrency that makes it to the position that we're at in the in the currency or cryptocurrency rankings. Okay, having twins, it turns out it's a 4 in 1,000 chance of having twins. That's the same odds of making it to where we're at. Having your car stolen is a 3 in 1,000 chance. So maybe you're a little bit better odds getting a cryptocurrency to where ours is. Becoming a bone marrow donor, okay? You're twice as likely to launch a cryptocurrency and make it to the spot we're at as to be a bone marrow donor. That's 2 in 1,000. It's a 5 in 1,000 chance that if you were born between 2000 and 2019, your name is Jacob. So same odds. I just think it's interesting. The chances of dying on your own birthday is a 2 in 1,000 chance. Okay, so it's a little better odds if you're launching a cryptocurrency that you could make it to the level we have. Being born with extra fingers and toes, you know, you're about half as likely to have extra toes as to launch a cryptocurrency and make it to where we launched. What I'm saying is probably the biggest accomplishment overall is achieving the level of ranking of market cap that we have. To actually get to $2 billion in market cap is a 5 in 1,000 chance. Okay, so that isn't nothing. Okay, we've achieved quite a lot. Now, I'm hopeful that Saitamask brings us even more success. I'm hopeful that whatever plans the development team has with this marketing push that they've been leading up to tomorrow's fight, that there's something really big there that really drives us. But it's unfair to say that nobody's done anything. Okay, there's been actually a lot accomplished in a very short span of time. Think about where your life was 6 months ago and what's different in your life from 6 months ago till now. And I'm not trying to be like smashing on people, but 6 months for adults is a relatively short amount of time. Okay, in 6 months, a lot has been accomplished, and the greatest indicator of the success of the project is the fact that the market cap is $2.68 billion today. Okay, so let's have some fun here for the weekend, folks. Catch some of that fight. Take a look at what's going on there. 1 million people have watched the face-off for this, okay? 1 million people. There's 500,000 in this one. There's another one that's another face-off video, 1.5 minutes long. 600,000, 670,000 people have watched it. This fight's a big deal. It's great exposure. I'm very interested to see how Saitama weaves into this if that ends up being the case. All right, folks, I'm going to show you my reflections, which are a little bit boring, subpar, but still happy to have them because the volume's down. So reflections for the last 24 hours, 35.9 million. It brings my total to 668 million since November 21st. Okay, so hopefully, oh yeah, easily I'll have 1 billion in reflections by the time I'm 1 month into tracking this. Folks, I hope you're having an amazing day. Please check back with me tomorrow. We'll watch our Saitama stacks grow together.